making like 6 to 8 or 7 to 8, sometimes 7 to 9, just for seniors only. So keep that in mind. What are some of the things you're willing to pay extra for? Joe says ice cream. I joked that may be the hint to the grocery shopper, and he then ordered chocolate peanut butter. I told him he wasn't getting ice cream, and then after we found out that he won't be working after today, he goes, "You don't have to get me ice cream now." I said, I hadn't planned on getting you ice cream. I got him cookies last week. He's got cookies. Get through with cookies. More than I don't have no cookies. Now, Kate says, Lysol wipes and paper towels. I can't live without them when there isn't a worldwide virus. Now I'm desperate to keep them in stock. I told her to use them sparingly. Yes, I'm going to be looking for Lysol and or Clorox wipes today. I don't know if I'm going to find them. Connie just simply says, no, I don't pay more for anything. Mina says cheese, all the fancy cheeses that were in stock. I'm basically living on brie and other cheese I can't pronounce. Connie chimed in, well, you probably need less toilet paper. You know what they say about cheese and binding. Let's see what else. Patty says wine, smart girl. Amy says she would pay for a live-in nanny at this point. Mary says, I just had my entire house cleaned. I've never done this. It's the best thing I've ever done, and I will do it again. Lucky you. Lauren says, my mom bought Bounty for the first time ever because it's all they had. And I said, well, she may get hooked. She wrote back, she bought me a case too for the first time ever. I wrung out a paper towel and cleaned the rest of my counter. Jim says, the only thing I spend extra money on that I normally wouldn't is things that make my daughter happy. I'm cheap, but her happiness equals my happiness. Oh, so sweet. There you go. There are some of the things you are working on, some of the things you're willing to pay a little bit more for, regardless of your financial situation right now. Moving along to the blog post for today, which talks a bit about financials, because I told you it just got real up in here. We got a text message last night that today is Joe's last day at work. Remember, I was telling you yesterday about the tips from Dave Ramsey to help those without income coming in and what you should do. That's right. It's on Instagram. Look up Dave Ramsey. I guess I'm going to have to go back and reread that because that is my life now. My husband works in Philadelphia. The entire state has been ordered to close all businesses that are not considered life essential services. I know some of you have been dealing with this for at least a week. I empathized with you, and now I sympathize with you. I just have to get this off my chest. It's kind of annoying for the fact that my husband works in a warehouse with like 5 to 10 guys. I have way more likelihood of picking up and spreading the virus going to the grocery store. Aside from how frightening it is that the government can step in at any time and order you to stop making money, I wonder how these stimulus checks are going to be doled out. My husband makes the bulk of his money in overtime. So if they go by his tax form from last year, it will show he made a lot of money. However, when he files for unemployment later today, I'm pretty sure that will be a portion of his base salary, which will be much lower than we are used to and need to sustain our bills. So he typically makes $300 to $400 extra a week in overtime, sometimes more. I know they won't even consider that when applying for unemployment. I get that. But shouldn't the qualifications for the stimulus checks be based off the same criteria? That's my concern. We're all struggling here. Unfortunately, I was hoping to do my part to help out local businesses by ordering some takeout this weekend, but now I'm afraid I don't want to spend an extra dime. I'm sorry, Old Causeway. I'm sorry, Anthony's. I really had planned to patronize you this weekend, but I just feel I no longer can. So now that I've gone over the bad news, how do we spin it? How do we make it a little more positive? For me, personally, it's probably the push I have been needing to get some of my own projects up and running. I just finished an online course that taught me how to do online courses. I know people have the time for an online course from me, but do they have the money? Is there any money they can part with right now? I'm not sure. I've been talking to all of you and telling you how I changed my ways from pessimist to a more happy person every day. but I need to start making money at some point. It looks like it's that point. My podcast will always be free. Always, always, always. But I do need to get started on these courses to get some income coming in. Like I said, it probably is the push I needed to finally get started. I've been holding off for a number of reasons, but suddenly they no longer exist when you need money. So have you thought about anything you can do while you are home that can bring in some more cash? Can you bake something and sell it online? Offer to make deliveries to people's front porches or stoops? Making meals for those who can't? Go grocery shopping for people who are shut in? I know, because then you get to the point where people are like, well, can't you just do that for free? And I need money, right? Sell some stuff you have in your closet. Offer services in the neighborhood like home improvement projects, power washing, washing cars. People who have lawns, offer to mow the lawn. Put it all out there. See if you have any takers. Feel silly offering up your services for money like that? How silly will you feel when you can't feed your kids? This is the time to put ego and pride aside and think outside the box. The government is forcing us to do whatever we can to bring in some cash because they have taken away our ability to do it in our traditional way. Blame them if it makes you feel better. In all honesty, yeah, I'm scared right now. I had a mini meltdown when we heard the news last night. It is scary. I even took something to help me sleep because I knew I would be too worried to fall asleep on my own. But it's also time to get moving, to figure things out, to do what we can with what we have. It is all about survival now. Be a warrior. Do what you need to take care of your family. It's okay to freak out a little, but then you have to start figuring things out. You are allowed to feel scared. What you can't do is let it rule your life. You are in charge. You have the power. You can figure this out. You just may have to think in ways you never had to before. Take back any control possible. That will bring you a feeling of peace. Meanwhile, don't forget to focus on the good in this situation. More time with loved ones, hopefully fun times with games and stories and making memories. My house is sparkly clean. Have you gotten any projects done? I mentioned the weather here at the Jersey Shore. Going to be amazing today. We're talking in the 70s. If you don't think I'm dropping everything at a certain point to take advantage and indulge in that, you would be wrong. We have to look for the good. Even harder in the times of fear. We need to remind ourselves there is still good going on, and we need to take advantage of it. Just sitting on the couch feeling sorry for yourself is not going to help anyone. And guess what? It's not going to make you feel better either. I'm not saying you can't sit down and have a nice binge, but sitting around all day and night feeling sorry for yourself is not going to make you feel better, and it's not going to help. Be productive. Get things done you've been putting off and brainstorm. What can you do to bring in some money right now? Think. Be resourceful. Now is the time. Oh, it is finally Cocktail Friday. Definitely time to grab an adult beverage. But does it feel like weekends even count anymore? My husband and I still holding off on drinking into the weekend, but I got to tell you, I almost poured myself a good stiff drink last night, but I resisted. I took pharmaceuticals instead. I did get a good night's sleep at least. I hope you are sleeping well. Go enjoy the weekend and start pursuing a plan. If you want to wait until Monday, wait until Monday. Remember to always focus on the positive. Negativity gets us nowhere during times like this. Take all the joy that you can as it comes. And now, try to make today your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.